Hello and welcome to my channel. This video is going to be a reading vlog and a very exciting one because I'm gonna be reading popular holiday romances. I'm gonna be reading Lovelight by Borison, How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Meghan Quinn, and In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. I'm very excited about this reading vlog because all three of these books have been on my radar for a very long time, basically since they came out, and they're very popular, they're very hyped. I really want to know what the hype is about, if I agree with the hype, and how I actually feel about the book. I am gonna start with Lovelight and we'll see how it'll go. I know that it's like a best friends to lovers sort of situation, which I'm not usually a fan of. I do prefer if they're rivals to lovers because there is this passion. This is about a Christmas tree farm and they have to fake date, which fake dating, my favorite trope. So I am excited about that. So that's gonna be the first book of the video and hopefully I'm gonna like it. This is eating so hard and I didn't expect it at all. When was this first published? It was first published in 2021 and it's so good. The thing is, this is a friends to lovers. It's a best friends to lovers. I don't like that trope. I would say that the two popular tropes that I don't like are second chance romance and friends to lovers. I don't like them, but this is so good. He was talking about causal analysis and I was like, tell me more. I'm obsessed with him and I'm really liking her. I'm not gonna lie, this could be a 5-star. And that's insane to me. I went into it thinking that, oh, it's going to be like a good book, but I haven't seen that many people talking about it. I have seen people saying that they like the series, but I haven't seen that many people say that this is a 5-star read. And this is the first book that this author ever wrote, right? At least the first book that she ever published. How is this so good? I'm loving their friendship. I'm low-key jealous. I don't know what is going on, but I'm reading it and I'm like, I am so jealous of her. That's that. I just wanted to give you an update. This is eating so hard, and if this is the start of this video, I'm very excited about it. I am more than halfway through. I have this much left, and at the end, oh my gosh, I have 110 pages left. That's sad. And then the audiobook says that I have an hour and 44 minutes. I am gonna listen to a tiny bit more before I go to sleep. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna finish it on the way to uni. Well, actually, maybe on the way back. That's more likely because while I'm driving, I do listen to audiobooks a tiny bit slower than when I'm not driving. I'm gonna stop talking because I'm just babbling. I'm not saying anything important. I'm just gonna keep listening to this, and I low-key wish that I had annotated it. So if you see me rereading this book next year, it's not my fault. I just want it annotated, and I cannot wait to read the next books. Like, this is a series, it's a 4-book series, and we meet the characters, and I am so attached to every single one of them. I am so attached to every single person in this small town. Wait, I just realized BK Borison has another book that came out this year, and it's called Good Spirits. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely reading that. It is on my winter TBR, and I'm pretty sure that this is also my winter TBR. I am so happy that I put 2 books from this author on my winter TBR, even though I didn't know it at the time. I'm so happy that I'm loving the writing. Those are my thoughts. They are all over the place, but this is feeling like a 5-star read, and fingers crossed it's gonna stay like that. I finished it. It's not a 5-star, but it's still a 4.25, I'm thinking. The ending kind of dropped the rating for me because I want to say that it was a miscommunication. Well, it was a miscommunication and it wasn't my favorite how it was done. I'm not a person that really hates miscommunication. I'm not a fan of it. I prefer if they communicate better. Usually in books, when it happens, I can understand why. With this one, it just felt thrown in there because the author didn't know what else to put in the third act breakup, third act conflict, which is kind of sad because it did make me drop the rating down. But even before that, I would have probably given it 4.5. It was still not a 5-star read, but I really enjoyed it and it's giving me hope that I might read some other books from this author and I might give them 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I love the characters. I love the friendship between them. The small town was incredible. I loved all of the side little things that we did, and also I think that she did an amazing job introducing the characters of the other books. Right now, I just want to start reading the second book in the series because this one did such a great job with building up that story and with making you want to read it next, and I'm really excited to continue with the series. And I'm also really excited that I have finally read this very popular book and that I actually did enjoy it. So this is the first book of this video down. The next book is going to be another audiobook, at least for now, because I do have to go to university today, so I am gonna listen to it on the way there and on the way back, and that is How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Meghan Quinn. I have a love-hate love-hate relationship with Meghan Quinn because I used to love her books. I used to read every single one of them. I feel like at some point in one year I read at least 5 books from Meghan Quinn and I loved them. But lately she has been more of a miss author for me, which is kind of sad. I'm hoping that I'm gonna like this one, but even though I've heard a lot of people talking about it, I don't know if the reviews that I have seen are positive. I'm hoping that I'm gonna like it. I know that it's very spicy, but I'm okay with it if it makes sense. I don't mind spice in books, but I need it to actually make sense and not be thrown in there for the sake of having spice. So I'm excited to pick it up and I'm hoping that I'm gonna like it because I think the second book is out or it's going to be out, but I'm pretty sure that it's already out and it's called You Filthy Animals, I think. I'm gonna listen to that. Fingers crossed I'm gonna like it. I really want to like it. I really want to like more books from Meghan Quinn, and if I like this one I am definitely gonna pick up more books from this author because I do miss the feeling that they gave me. I read the Kane Brothers series, I think that's the name of it, and Not So Meet-Cute, which is the first book in that series, was one of the first adult contemporary romances that I ever read, and I fell in love with it. I still think about this book. It made me giggle, it made me laugh, it made me swoon, it made me fall in love with the characters. So fingers crossed this is going to be good. I needed to give you an update. I am driving, but I don't like her. I don't like the female main character. She's so rude and she just keeps saying he's so rude, she's so rude. No, you are the rude one. I'm not liking her at all. She's frustrating, she's annoying, she's childish. I don't know if she's gonna get better. I don't know if we're gonna learn something about her that will make everything make sense. But so far, I think that she's extremely rude, extremely childish, and I don't like her at all. And it's really annoying because she's being so rude to everyone, and then when the other person is a tiny bit rude back at her, she's like, oh my gosh, you're so rude, relax a bit. Are you joking? I am more than halfway through the book. I am actually on chapter 26, which is 78% through the book. I have around 100 pages left, and she is actually better. She's not as annoying as she was. She's not as mean, and I kind of get it. I kind of understand what was going on and why she reacted that way. I still don't love her as a character. She's not like my favorite character, but I'm okay with her. My favorite thing about this book so far is the whole contest, the little tasks that they need to do, everything that has to do with the contest. It's so good. The town, the small town, that's also something that I'm loving, and I would say that I'm loving those things way more than the actual romance between the two characters. We're now at the point where they're kind of together and they have had some spicy time, and oh my gosh, it was a lot of spice. What I mean by that is it lasted a long time and I was like, okay, can we wrap this up? And also in the past chapters, the amount of times that the word bulge has been said, it's a bit insane, but I'm still having fun with the book. It's a very Christmassy book. There's two types of holiday romances, at least in my opinion. There's the holiday romance that throws Christmas in your face, it screams Christmas, and then there's the holiday romance that is a romance that just so happens to take place in Christmas time, but it's not throwing Christmas in your face, essentially. This is definitely the first category. It's so Christmassy, so full of Christmas that at some points it feels like the competition is the main plot and the romance is the side plot. It's actually kind of nice. I usually prefer the sort of romance where it just so happens to take place in Christmas time. It's not that Christmassy, but I am actually enjoying this one. It's very entertaining and it feels like a movie. I will say it is a tiny bit too long for my liking. I don't think that it really needs to be almost 500 pages. I think that it could have been 400 and everything would have been fine. But at the same time, I don't think that it has felt repetitive or like it's dragging out. It's just a personal preference sort of thing. I don't love when a Christmas romance is more than, I'm gonna say 400 pages. I feel like that's just too much, especially because it is a seasonal romance book. It's not like a regular romance book, which even with regular romance books, I still believe that most romance books should not be over 400 pages. Every single time that I say that, I'm thinking of Mile High by Lisa 40, which is my favorite book ever, and that book is definitely more than 500 pages. But in my head, that book had a reason for being that long, and I feel like Christmas books should never be that long. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna finish reading it, and then we're gonna read the third and final book, which I'm thinking that it's going to be In the Holidays by Christina Lauren, because I really want to read that book. I have heard so many people talking about it. I know I'm not gonna love it, but I'm curious about it and I want to know what it's about and if I'm gonna like it. I finished How My Neighbor Stole Christmas and I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting, and I don't know if it's because I went in thinking that it was going to be bad, so it was a nice surprise that it wasn't bad. I don't know, but I didn't hate it. I gave it 3.5 stars, like I said, and I had fun with it. It was nice how Christmas was the whole point of the book. It was throwing it in your face that it's Christmas time, that it's holidays, there's snow, there's this Christmas competition going on, there's this person that acts like he's Santa. It all sounds like things that I wouldn't really like, but I liked how they were done. I liked how the book was done. I will say I wish that it was a tiny bit shorter. I think that we could have cut 70 pages maybe, and I would have preferred it because at the end I was like, okay, let's wrap this up. We're 400 pages in. It's time to wrap up the book. That's like the only really big thing that I have to say, like the big negative thing that I have to say. Other than that, I enjoyed it. Even the female main character, even though she's not like a favorite character of mine, by the end of the book, I actually kind of sort of liked her. At the beginning, she was very rude and I was getting frustrated because she kept saying, he's so rude, that was so rude, but she was the rude one. So it was very frustrating, but I do think that by the end of the book, she was way better. She wasn't as rude and we kind of understood where she was coming from. And the only other thing is that this book is spicy. If you don't like spice, do not pick up this book. But at the same time, I feel like if you don't like spice, you're not reading Meghan Quinn. Meghan Quinn always has very, very spicy books, which I used to not mind as much, but lately it has gotten to the point where it's a tiny bit too much. Like, we get it. In this book, for example, once they started having spicy time together, it was non-stop and it was kind of too much, but I would argue that it wasn't as bad as other Meghan Quinn books. I don't know if that's just me, or I don't know if she actually took it down a notch. And overall, it did put me in the Christmassy spirit, and I would actually recommend it if you're looking for a fun, silly, kind of random book that has spice in it and that the Christmas spirit is really obvious. I would actually recommend this book. So those are my thoughts. And then the next book is going to be In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. I actually listened to the first chapter of it and I liked how we were straight into the story, but I also have an issue with the fact that it dropped so many names. We met so many different characters, so many different names, and I'm kind of overwhelmed. I don't think that I remember half of them. I'm hoping that that's not gonna be an issue, but yeah, I'm gonna keep listening and I'm hopefully gonna finish it. Honestly, it's a very short book, so I'm gonna finish it while I'm driving to and from uni in the next 2 days. So I think I'm gonna finish it pretty quickly, actually. Why am I having so much fun? I don't know what is going on. I went into this book thinking that it's going to be like a 2.5, but I'm actually really enjoying it. And by really enjoying it, I mean that I am 70% through the book. I don't know what happened. It feels like I blinked and the book is almost over. I'm gonna be so tired tomorrow. I know it already, but it's so good. I cannot stop. I don't know what is going on. Okay, first things first, it's not repetitive, which is something that I like. Even the times that she has gone back to the same day, it was done in a way where you're not getting the same information again and again. And also, it is a love triangle, which I wasn't expecting. I didn't know about it. Usually when a book is a love triangle, I feel like people talk about it, but yeah, this is a female main character and then there's two brothers and she wants one brother, but I kind of want her to end up with the other one. And I don't know why throughout the book I have been thinking about it, because technically the brother that she wants, he's nicer, he's a nicer person, so you would expect that I would want her to end up with him. But I don't know, the other guy, for some reason I kind of want her to end up with him. I don't know why, because something happened in the beginning of the book and he didn't deal with it that great, and he's also a player, so I really don't know why I want her to end up with him. And also about the whole her leaving the same day again and again, I'll just say that it's not the same day necessarily, it's the same week. So she's not going back to the same day again and again, it's more so she's going back to the same week. And also where we are right now, it has been a couple of days and she hasn't gone back to the first day of the trip. Let me tell you a tiny bit about this book. This is about May, and every single Christmas time she goes with her family and her family's friends and their kids to this cabin to celebrate the holidays together. She has a crush on one of the other kids, even though they're not really kids anymore. anymore. He's 29 and she's 26, so definitely not kids anymore. But the book starts with her doing something that she didn't really want to do necessarily. I don't want to say what she did. She did something that she's low-key regretting, and it's also the day that they need to leave the cabin to go back to their actual houses. So she leaves the cabin, there's an accident that happens, and then she wakes up on the airplane going to the cabin. So she wakes up a couple of days earlier and she's trying to figure out what the universe wants her to do and why it sent her back in time. And to be honest, I feel like usually with this sort of plot, the reader, or if it's a movie or series, the viewer knows what the character needs to do. I have zero clues. I guess I could say that, oh, she just needs to start living her life for her, but I feel like she's doing that right now. But she still took a sign from the universe that, oh, you're not doing that much of a great job. So I'm kind of confused. I would like for someone to tell me what she needs to do. I'm curious to see how this book is gonna end, because usually with love triangles, it's very obvious who the author is planning to be the actual love interest. But with this one, it's not that obvious. I mean, I thought that it was obvious, and then the universe sent her the message that, oh, you're doing something wrong. So now I'm like, is he the problem or is something else? I'm gonna keep reading. I wasn't expecting for this book to be so addicting. Good morning, you guys. It's the next day, obviously. I finished the book last night. I stayed up until 2 a.m. reading. Again, I wasn't expecting it. I feel like the last 2 books have been very unexpected for me, and I don't know why. I don't know if the reason why I actually really enjoyed this book was because I went in with very low expectations or something else, because I genuinely was not expecting it. I thought that it would be a 2.5 stars maybe, but I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. I really had so much fun with it. The whole Groundhog Day is not as repetitive as I was expecting, because she is going back in time and she is going back to the first day of the holiday vacation, but she doesn't do it 10 times. She does it maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 times. So it's not as bad and it's not as repetitive. We're not seeing the same thing again and again. And I think I already said this, but the authors do a great job of actually talking about new things and changing the scene. So it's not like you're reading the same scene over and over again. Something else that I want to say is, I said that it was a love triangle. I wouldn't actually say that right now after finishing the book. It's just in my head, I kind of wanted it to be so that she can end up with the other character, but I was being delusional. It's not a love triangle. The other guy wasn't really even an option. Like, she didn't want him, he didn't really want her that much. So I wouldn't actually say that it's a love triangle, which made me kind of sad, because I did say that I was rooting for the other guy, and obviously that did not happen. The last thing that I have to say about this book is, I don't know if I like the ending. And the reason why is because it left me with questions. I'm not gonna say what those questions are because I don't want to spoil the book, but it didn't leave me thinking that, okay, yeah, we wrapped it up. The epilogue was them 6 months later. I did not like the epilogue. I did not understand it. I don't know if it's because I wasn't really a huge fan of the guy that she did end up with. He was fine, but you know, I was rooting for another person. So I don't know if it has to do with that, or how quickly everything moved in the epilogue, or if it's just the fact that I would have preferred if it was giving me some answers to questions that I have, because the ending wrapped up kind of quickly and then we didn't really get what we were waiting for since the beginning of the book. So I'm kind of confused about that, and I think that if that was wrapped up a bit better, I could have given it even 4 stars, to be honest. But yeah, that's the last book of this video. I wasn't expecting to finish it this quickly. I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna take me 2 days because I'm very busy. Apparently not sleeping was the answer. So yeah, we read 3 books in this video. We read Lovelight Farms by Borison. I gave that book 4.25. I am so pleasantly surprised with how much I enjoyed that book. It was so wholesome, so comforting, so entertaining. It felt like a cozy hag. Then we have How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Meghan Quinn. I gave that 3.5. I, again, was pleasantly surprised with that book. It is a very spicy book, so if you don't like spice, don't pick it up. It it was a different sort of Christmas book. Lovelight Farms was a lot more subtle. How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, it was so obvious, so obnoxiously Christmassy, which I actually did enjoy. And then we have In the Holidays by Christina Lauren. This was a lot more subtle on the Christmassy side of things. I would say that it felt a bit more wintry because they were talking about snow and they were having competitions with who is gonna build the best snowman. It didn't feel that much Christmassy, it felt more so wintry, but I still enjoyed it. I gave it 3.5 stars and I'm very happy because it is a very popular book, and with popular books I always want to love them. I mean, I always want to love every single book that I pick up, but especially with popular books because it's so much easier to connect with other people that have read it if you also like it. So yeah, I'm happy with all of the books that I read. I have had these books in my TBR since the moment they came out, and I'm happy that I finally read them and I finally know what they're about. I cannot wait to continue the Lovelight Farm series and the How My Neighbor Stole Christmas series. I don't know what's the name of the series, but there's a second book which I don't remember the name of it, but it came out this year. But yeah, that's all I had to say. Let me know if you have actually read these books. I'm really curious, especially for How My Neighbor Stole Christmas and In the Holidays. If you have read them, please let me know if you like them because I'm very shocked with how much I actually enjoyed them. I hope that will see you in my next one. Bye!
You give me butterflies when you smile and it feels so good.